hope. So come on everybody and share the hope. The goal of the family is to share the hope. We don't need to know you to share the hope. In the world or in the moment, you're never alone. You're never forgotten, be you. We don't need to know you to share our hope. To the whole world.
Hi from Share the Hope. Yeah, that's right. You heard it right. Share the Hope. First thing I want to say to you is thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the subscribers. 28,000. I hit 100, and I couldn't have done it without you. And that's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, and I couldn't have done it. Couldn't have done it without you. You followed me. You laughed a little bit with me. You probably didn't understand some things I said, but like I said, we wanted to present this station as a fun station that we could express ourselves, and I have been able to express myself. You know, back in 2021, I lost the best partner of my life, and that was my husband. You know, and it was hard. There was a sadness in this family. This whole house was sad because our very important person in our family passed away. And I thought my son and my daughters thought, you know, Mom, you got to do something. You can't just sit around, you know, you're sad about Dad, sit around and do that. And I thought, well, all I can do is try to make people laugh, or hand out something for Christmas in a jar, or give something away to someone that's needing some help, or maybe someone's struggling. Could be a loss in the family, Lewy body dementia. It could be sending to St. Jude's for childhood cancer research. It could be the American Legion, the Disabled American Veterans. It could be all those organizations that I could be a part in helping. And I wanted to make a difference in helping. And my limits have not been, I went to a lot of people and I said, you know, I'm here, you know, gave a couple of turkeys away for Thanksgiving, and I truthfully believe in what I'm doing. You know, pulling up to a car behind and paying for that person's meal, and they get a big smile on their face and they're laughing because they know what had happened, or filling a cruiser for toys for the tots for Christmas. That was really, really important to me because it was helping young kids that probably wasn't going to have a good Christmas. So I've always been there wanting to do fundraising and help. I do, truthfully, and Frank and I have talked about it, I want to start a scholarship up that I can give to a senior that's going to college, and hopefully they can put it towards their tuition or their books or whatever. But I want them to be able to say, oh yeah, that came from Share the Hope. And you know what? I'm not out for the money. I never was. The causes, we collect money for the causes, and we give the money. We truthfully give the money to the people that deserve it. And that's the whole goal behind all the TikTok lives. And I want to tell you something. My TikTok family, I couldn't do half of what I do if it wasn't for you. You guys have boosted me. You have made me feel so happy. You know, my hearts, you know, my roses. I love my roses. I love my bouquet of roses. Those are very important parts of my life. You know, and saying welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are very important things. So the 28,100, thank you. Thumbs up for that. Smash that bell button. Like I said, the more you put on, the better off. And like I said, I believe in you guys just like you somewhat believe in me.
Hey, Mom, you know we're also this news thing. You know we're at 36 million views on our channel.
Oh, we're at 36 million views
I like to see that
at our channel, and that's what we want to keep seeing it grow. It does require a lot. It does require a lot of work.
We're learning as we go.
But we're learning. You know, there's sometimes we make mistakes too, and we're not perfect. But I want to tell you something. We've been looking at other people's contents too, and I want to tell you something. Ours is just adequate enough as theirs is, and we're going to continue to do it. We're going to do as much as we can, but we don't want to overwhelm you, because I could sit on this and do YouTubes forever. I love doing them. I love trying to create something, just like Mother's Day. They have all kinds of Mother's Day on. Well, I don't want to put Mother's Day on when it's not Mother's Day. So you have to screen it, and you have to decide what you're going to put on. And you know, I even got my youngest daughter. She's even helping out with it, and she's done a couple of them, which I really appreciate. We get the biggest chuckles out of her doing it, and she don't like being pictures taken of her. But I want to tell you something. We went to the zoo, and oh my gosh, she took pictures around those zoo animals. She loved what she was doing. So I was real pleased with what she did. And she's bought a lot of taste tests when we did our taste tests, which we're going to get back to doing some taste tests and making some stuff on the live so you can see what we do. I've been coloring my pictures. I'm almost done with my pictures. Like I said, we're trying to do as much as we can, and each day we add a little bit more. I've got books upon books. These are books that I have for YouTube ideas. Now this is my dementia book, and also is my blindness book, which I'm putting facts on, because my father-in-law was colorblind, and he was colorblind at birth, and it's an inherited factor, which apparently you get it from your mother's side. But he had it and couldn't see. The only colors he could see was black, gray, and white. So when he looked at the stop signs or the electrical things to stop the car, he didn't see red, green, and yellow. Those colors didn't even exist. And he would wear clothes, and I always wondered why he wore these clothes. The clothes basically could have been plaids with his, he wore, what's those things called? Suspenders on, and he would wear different colors, but you gotta remember, he was colorblind. He did not know the colors that was going on him. So it's kind of nice that we learn a little bit, and as I do these researches for causes, I learn more and more about things that I didn't know about. And you know, if I can share it with you, if I can help you, and in our lives, oh my gosh, we've had so many people come in and want to talk about things and share their stories, and of course we always tell them we're not doctors. We never claim to be doctors. We only are there to listen to you, you know, and pray for you, because we truthfully believe that prayer is the number one thing. You know, when you pray for forgiveness, you pray for understanding, you pray for love, you pray for, you know, helping people that really desperately need it. And you know, each day it gets a little harder, especially going out and things happening. You know, things happen all the time. You got to be prepared for it. You gotta know what you're gonna do. And sometimes I don't always smile, and I notice, and I don't know about you guys, but there's days in the week that there might be one day that's a little sad, and I'm like sitting here going, oh my gosh, come on, Sherry, pick it up. Well, sometimes it's hard, especially when you're feeling the way you are. So I don't say that I have to be always chipper and happy, but I will let you know, you guys make me that way. So I wanted to let you know, and I wanted to try to get it to 10 minutes, and I'm working real hard to make it to 10. But I wanted to tell you, all the streamers out there, all the people, and I don't want to name them all because there's too many of them. I watch you, I see you, I get ideas from you. I don't try to steal your ideas, but there might be an idea that I'd like to share with it. You know, just like the firefighter. You know, the firefighter, one of the students I had back in the olden days when I taught, you know, I taught 30 plus years. He had a heart attack and lost 2 of his good buddies to other injuries, and he had a heart attack, and I wanted to give something back to him because he's a good chief, fireman's chief. And I want to tell you something. He's done so much for my family. My husband, I don't know how many times he came over to our house, and he took him out to the ambulance and took him to the hospital. And on the last day that he had the issue, my husband had collapsed right beside his chair, and they came over from the fire department, and they loaded him up and placed him on a gurney, and he went to the hospital and never came back. And I was in the hospital with similar issues, but I was on a different floor, and I was trying to pull through for my kids, and my oldest stayed with my husband. My other 2, they couldn't go in to see their dad, and that was so disappointing because they wanted to be with him too. And I hope my husband realized that. They wanted to be there, and they would talk to him, sing to him, they would laugh with him, they'd read books. My youngest daughter read lots and lots of books. And my son, he would talk to him and pray, and you know, we were hoping for a miracle. But you know, sometimes you can't always get what you want. You know, and I know he's with us, and he's looking out for us. So the stuff we're doing online, I want to tell you something. I'm not going to stop. No one's going to stop me doing what I'm doing. I love this. I love making people happy. Even if I'm crying right now, I'm gonna do it. Frankie, you got anything to say?
Guys, make sure you guys hit the bell button, turn on the notification bell. Make sure you keep following us. We're going to keep trying to learn as we go, and we promise you we're going to keep trying to change the world, even if we make videos that make you smile, laugh, and cry. In the words of Jimmy Valvano, if you laugh, you cry, you smile, that's a good day, that's a heck of a day. And we're going to keep doing that to make you guys happy, the best weekend, and we love you all. Thank you again for the what, Mom?
The 28,100, and what's the view time?
Almost 36 million views.
Almost 36 million views. And little Shane, or my little one, you have anything to say to my audience?
She has her earphones on, so I think she can't talk
Well,
right now.
Shannon, wave it. You have anything to say to my audience?
Hi.
Just
Wow.
no, she means from the deepest part of her heart. She really appreciates it. And I'm going to say my last thing I always end my thing is bada bing, bada boom. See ya.